All right. Welcome to this tutorial. This is Victory Akpove here, and basically in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to navigate the CAPCUT app, right? The CAPCUT PC interface. You can see there are a lot of features here and everything, but we're going to really focus on the most important ones that I'll be using most of the time, right? You can see CAPCUT really has a lot of features right now. So let's get right into it without wasting any time. So going through the features, and let's get started basically. All right, so let's start here. Basically, you can click on menu and we're going to see file. We're going to see these few options there, import, export. So those are just the few options we can see there, right? Then we're going to see import, right? Import is basically to bring in clips. Export is to save your video to your device. And you can see basically those few things there. We are not really going to use this place because, I mean, okay, except this one, which is to change the layout size. Default, you have the vertical and everything for those IG kind of videos, which you can see here because it gives me enough space to really edit those reels kind of video and everything, portrait videos. You can also access it here too. So this way I even use it from, I don't use it from the place. You can see it vertical. I use it default for like landscape videos. You can see these other settings here. These other layouts. I don't really use all these ones. These other ones. The ones I mostly use are like this default and vertical. So you can see this vertical because I edit a lot of reels, and the other one default, which is for like landscape video, which is YouTube kind of videos and stuff like that, which is this. So these are the two I basically use. You can drag your layout around to resize them for more space, right? And that's that one. So this other ones, we're not really going to use this one, like I said, but settings. Okay, we can have some settings here. There are certain things you can do here in settings. So let's check it out. All right, so we have where we are going to save videos to. Basically, this is where your project files are saved. That's the raw files are saved in your system. You can select it to change it, but we cannot do that right now because you have to close the project and do it from the home page. So you don't necessarily need to like set all these things. Just leave them as they are. There's really no need to tamper with all these things. Honestly, right? Just leave it as the default one. This is project file when the main source project of your file is not the main video, the source file, which is the project file, and it will share with someone else to edit. So that's basically that one. Then you see download file, folder or something. This is like, I think in the cloud or something. Basically, you don't need to bother about these parts, honestly. These are just like formalities. Just leave them at default. We don't really need to do. Then this is recording. CAPCUT, you can record in the app here. This is where the thing will save automatically when you do it. If you want to change that, you can change that one. I don't see any need for that, right? So those are those ones. Then we have cache. So cache are basically like temporary files where the system saves like temporary files to ease up your editing and make your edit faster. So you can see mine's like over 1.4 gig. I clear this almost every day because I'm editing a lot. So when you delete this so that they are not necessary files just taking up your system space and making your CAPCUT slower and stuff like that. So I delete this all the time. That's what cache is. Auto sync. Basically, this one, we don't really need to do it here. We'll get into it later, right? You can get into this later. I don't necessarily use that all the time, right? So that's that one. And we have this last setting here. Like I said, all these things, we aren't going to bother about these things. Then we have the edit section. We have how many frames to move forward, backward. We have duration of image and all these other things. So most of the things, you don't need to touch them. So one important thing is this part here, which is the interface rendering, right? So render with GPU, that's to export your video using, for those systems that have those dedicated graphics card, this is an option you want to turn on so that your exports can go smoothly and everything, like my system. So if you have dedicated graphics card, you should turn this on so that it helps you to render, export your videos very fast without wasting time. So auto remux also, it converts maybe some kind of video files into MOV so that like MOV is easier to edit in CAPCUT so that it's not lag. So that's one very important thing to turn on. Then we have proxy. This one is very, very important. You should have your proxy turned on. There's no reason your proxy should be turned on because this helps to like compress the video when you are trying to edit it so that it's not lagging. So when we start editing, you will see what proxy does. It compresses the video so that you don't like have those lags. You can see my proxy size over 40 gigabytes. I've not even deleted that because I have a lot of videos that are compressed. So when we start editing, you will understand how all of that really works. So I think that's everything for now. We don't need to mess with any other settings. Proxy is very important. Turn on proxy. So these are these ones. There's no need to mess with all these things. Just leave all these ones. And let's get into the next thing. So we have these sections here. You can see all these icons, media, audio, whatever. Let's go into them one by one. So you can see text, sticker, effects, whatever. We are going to go into them like one by one to really understand how they work. All right, so for media, we have this section here. This is where you can simply bring in your stuff. You can tap on that to bring in anything from File Manager, or you click on Import to bring in anything you want to bring in. Or you open your File Manager and you just drag what you want to bring in inside there. It's as easy as that. So that's import, whether your image, picture, video. You can see the proxy I'm talking about. That's compressed video automatically. This one did automatically because the video is very short. If it's larger videos, it will be loading for some time. So that's that one, and it's very helpful. So that's why I should have it turned on. So you can import your audio, whatever you want, pictures, and anything else basically. You can upload those things here. Just select from your folder and stuff like that. All right, so I'll just come into my File Manager again. Just drag some things inside. Let me select this logo. I just want to show you some examples of some things, this bulb and stuff like that. So you can see what we have brought in. We have imported these things now. And let's see what we can do with them. So basically, this is the yours section, right? This yours section is basically things that I have, things that I have saved, right? So I have my favorites, I have my presets. Presets are very important. You see the importance of presets when we start editing real videos. These are things I just save them here so that I don't have to be doing them from scratch. You can save a lot of things like presets here. Like, it's very important. You can see how many presets I have, so many, because these are things I don't want to be editing manually again. So I just save them here and I can import them into any project. You have brand, kits and whatever. I don't use that. This is basically your space, your CAPCUT cloud. That's my own CAPCUT cloud. This library. I don't really use this part that much because most of the things I just import them myself. I don't really use these things that much, maybe just some time. So that's what we have for that. And next is audio. So you can see the audio section. You can see music here. These are the songs that are available on CAPCUT. There are so many. You can search for songs. You can see that. Also, you can see my your section. You can see my favorite. These are the ones I've saved for myself. So you can see these sounds. I have saved this music for myself. You can also import your audio here if you want from your device, right? So these are my favorites, music I've saved. You can see the star icon on them. They are in my favorites. So you can see these are these ones. All right, so you can see these are these ones. And basically, you just see them. These are my sound effects. These are TikTok sounds. If you link your TikTok, you'll see sounds from the TikTok there. So this is basically how to use the music section. It's very simple. So you can see sound effects. If I want to add new ones, I just come here. If I want to add new music, I come here also. So I just select the music I want and use it. If I want to add a sound effect here, I just download it. Then I can style it to add it to my favorite so that I can always use it without having come to search for it again. So you can see it has appeared in my sound effect place right now. That's how that one works. So that's that for the sound place. And text. This is how you add text. You click on it, add text, add default text. You tap on it, write whatever you want to write. It's as easy as that. There's no complex thing there. I'm just going to write my name. So select your font that you want, size, and reduce, increase it, bold, underline, italics, anyone. Select the color. Let's use yellow. So yellow, this is, what's it called? This is, let's change that. Let's select alignment and stuff like that. So you can resize your layout like this by dragging this. I've shown you down before. So alignment, this is left align, center align, and whatever. I use that in some cases. So this is scale, which is also size. You can use that. Then also position. So you can see X and Y. Like I told you before, up and down movement means Y position. Y position. Then left and right means X position. So you can see that if I move it to the left, you can see that the X position has changed. If I move it again, you can see that it has changed to 0. If I move it up, you can see the Y position has changed. So that's basically it's X and Y. It's simple like that. Then this is rotate. You can rotate your stuff whenever you want. This is opacity, increase the transparency. This is shadow, right? Or stroke rather, sorry. So that's stroke. You can do it background. Let me change the color so you see it. So that's background. You can adjust the transparency, roundness, right? You can also increase or decrease height, width, and all those things. Just basic stuff. All those ones are simple. Then we have glow. We're going to be using glow a lot. So you can see the glow. You can set the type you want and all these things. We're going to be using glow a lot, like a lot, right? So that's that one. Then we have curve. You can curve stuff like this. I don't really use this one for my projects, but you might need it for something. So it's just there for you, basically. So we have these bubbles. I don't use this for any reason. I use this in one project though, but you would not need to use it. We have effects. So these are some text effects you can actually add to your project, though I don't even use this thing at all. But that's just there for you if you need it. So this is animation. You can set your animation for your stuff in animation, fade, type 2. There are a lot to choose from. There are a lot, right? There are a lot to choose from. You can see them, so many. So that's for in. Then you also have out animation. That's how the text will leave the screen, flicker. There are so many. We have loop. I don't use loop most of the time. So I mostly use in and out. That's just it. So yeah, I think that's about it for text. There's nothing about that for text. Okay, then yours, which is also the ones I saved. So you can say I don't even have any same thing in text because I don't really use those save stuff. I do all my text manually. These are also the effects that we saw before. You can see these ones, these presets and everything. Whenever I don't also use this, I do myself from scratch. So auto captions, which is what we'll be using every single time to generate auto captions for our videos, right? So we're using this one every time, basically. So you just click on generate and it's going to do it. So it's not doing anything because there is no audio on my timeline. There's no video with an audio or anything. So there's nothing to generate. So local caption, I don't use this. Next is stickers. All right, so you can see stickers. You can just select any sticker I want, drag it to your timeline, and it's going to show there. So you can see that it's already showing there. You can see the other one. Let me do the other one. You just select that, it's going to show your timeline. You can use it. So there's one particular one I use in some of my videos. You'd have seen it. This one, this cursor. So you have seen me use this white cursor in some of my videos, those motion design videos. This is where I got it from. Though I also have an image of this that I can import to, but I just decided to use this one for those projects. Right, so it's just here for me. You can see this arrow too. You must have seen this one in my videos. Yeah, so I got them from sticker section in CAPCUT. Then we have effects, also on that important too. So these are the effects. You can see them. There are a lot of them. We use effects a lot, right? Because I mean they basically do things to your clips that you have on your timeline. There are a lot of them. These are my favorites, the ones I've saved. So I use these ones frequently. So I save them as favorites. So I don't have to be searching for them again. And you're also going to be using these ones. These are common ones to use for the kind of videos we'll be editing. So you just drag it to your timeline and that's it. Yeah, these are my favorites. So basically you can search for more here in the normal place. The normal place, you can see if I search for blur, then you see blur will come out, see different types of blur and everything. It's basically as easy as that. Very easy. So the next is transitions. These are also my favorites, the ones I use frequently. Right? You can also see many more, search for whatever you want. That's just that. It's as straightforward as that. We have captions. Also the same thing, you can generate the auto captions. It's the same thing as in that text place. We have all these effects and everything, presets or whatever. Adjustment, this one is important because we're going to be using this one for like color grading. So let's say for example, I drag this clip to my timeline now and I want to color grade it. So I'll just use adjustment to do that. Adjustment to use for something like this, an adjustment layer, right? So I'll just go to adjustments, click on custom adjustment, and you're going to see adjustment layer has appeared on my timeline. So I usually like to drag it on top of my clip so that it affects it directly and not any other thing. So I can see all these options, start color grading it and whatever. So basically, these are your color grade in CapCut PC. It's as easy as this. So you can see saturation, whatever. Adjust it to how you want it, and that's that. So that's what the adjustment layer is for. So I usually put this on top of my clip. So rather than editing on the main video itself, I'm doing the color grading on the adjustment layer rather than doing it on the video itself. So if I have multiple videos, this is very helpful because one color grading I'll do on the adjustment layer will affect all the videos rather than doing them individually. And this is something I use in all my projects. So that's that. Basically, I think we've covered a lot of things there. Let's get into like doing something now. Let's get into doing something very quickly. So, yeah, what have we not gone through? Let's get into the timeline section right now. Let's get to the timeline section and how we can navigate and use stuff there. All right, so I'll just drag this footage into my main track. And yeah, let's see what we want to do to it. So basically, let me add this other one here. So let me show you. You can see that it has this space now because it's a vertical video. It's portrait, right? So this one is landscape and aspect ratio is in landscape. So this one does not fit. So if I want to change to this one, I come here and I'll select vertical, right? The layout. You can see it still has what's it called? I change it to 9:16 rather, so that I can see it has changed and the size has changed. And you can see this one is now small because this one is landscape 16:9. So that's how you can do it for any different size of videos you want. So you can see it now, it is now complete, showing fully well for this one. And that's what we want. All right. So what next? So this is this, and you can, let me just do that one. So let's do some things here. So you can see my video right now, and basically let's do some form of editing, just a little. So let's navigate the timeline features and everything. So this is what we call the main track magnet. So this particular one you can see here, this is a main track. So let me add something also, I explain something. So I add other layers. There's what we call a main track. Let me remove everything now from this particular main track. The one that is showing this cover, the most bottom layer, is called a main track. I want to show you what the main track magnet does. That's what I'm trying to explain now. So let me remove everything. You can see it. This is the main track. You can leave it blank and empty, right? You can see it is the main track. It is empty there. You can remove everything you have from there. So I want to show you how the main track magnet works, right? So let me just take this thing down. Let me take the video down to the main track. So it's back to the main track, right? So let me show you what the magnet does. The magnet basically, let me split somewhere so that you understand this thing properly. All right, so now I split here, which is Control B to split. I split the video at this point because I want to show you what the main track magnet does, right? So Control B to split, that's very simple. So let me off it now. I can drag it. If I off that track magnet, I can drag my clip and there will be space between, right? I can separate it. That's basically what it means. But if I turn it on, it's going to automatically magnet to the other one. So when that magnet is on, anything in this main track layer will automatically magnet. It's not going to allow you to be able to give space between them. So if I put it here, it's going to magnet itself back because the magnet is turned on. But if I turn it off, I can drag it away and it's not going to magnet itself back. So you can see I can drag to wherever I want. And if I can see, drag to wherever I want, if I turn the magnet on again, it's going to automatically join together back. So that's what it does. And I use this a lot when I'm editing my videos. All these my videos, I'm talking, my tutorials and everything. So it helps you to easily like trim. When you have been trimming, splitting, is very, very helpful for the main track magnet to be turned on. So you can see when you are splitting, it is split and it automatically magnet itself. You don't have to start moving it again to magnet itself to the right place. So that's what track magnet does. Then we have this other setting here. This is basically for you to be able to mark, like basically to get this stuff. So when it's on, you can see that I can move something and it's going to highlight blue. All right, it's going to highlight blue. So when I turn it off, I'm not able to like get exact location of something. You can get it, but it will be hard. But turning it on is very, very easy because I can just drag something. If I want this one to align with this one, I'll just drag it. And once it's at the same spot, it will show blue. So I know that it has aligned perfectly. I don't have to stress my head to use my eye to arrange it or something. That's what that one does. So this one is linkage. We'll explain that one later on when we are doing editing. That's basically what you need to know there. Nothing else for now. So that's that. Then also shortcut keys, right? Shortcut keys are important because they make your editing fast. And you can see a lot of shortcut keys and everything. I use shortcut keys a lot. So you can even edit anyone, change it to what you want. So click on it and let me try to change this one. So click on Ctrl D. You can see it has changed, but I don't want to change it. So I'm going to do it back. I used to Ctrl B already. Most times you don't even need to change that and just leave it as it is and use it like that. So that's how track magnet works, shortcut keys work, and stuff like that, right? So you can also use these other like icons at that top part, right? So to trim to the left is like Control, just like Q, right? Q, then W for the right. So undo, redo with those arrows there. If you even put your mouse on them, you'll be seeing the functions that they do. So you don't even need to guess. So you can see this one. This one is also for split. You can split to that one too if you want. You can also trim to left, split to right with those icons at that place. You don't really need those because, I mean, shortcut keys will just save you all those stress. You just tap one shortcut key and that's that. So we have markers too. You can put markers on your timeline. So remember certain places where you want to add something. So I put markers when I want to remember certain spots in my video and I don't want to look for them again. I just select markers and I just know that, okay, this is the place I wanted to add something. I just go there and add it at that place so that I'm not looking for the place again. It saves you a lot of time and energy, right? So that's how those features work basically. That's how the features work basically. Then this other part is to zoom in, zoom out your timeline. If you want to make it bigger, to zoom out, to zoom it out. If you want to make it smaller, you can just drag it back in to make it smaller to see things quickly and stuff like that. That's basically how that one works. So yeah, then next thing is all right, let me show this thing first. Okay, let me show you to the start. So all right, I think that's good then. Okay, that's perfect. So the next thing is track height. So you can see short, you can change this height to short. This helps you, especially when you have like a lot of projects, like a lot of layers rather. If you have a lot of layers in your timeline, you will see how helpful using this track height is because it will help you to have more space. It helps to have more space on your timeline, right? So let me show you one project that has this. So you can see this project, it has a lot of timelines, a lot of layers rather. So I can just start reducing the height of each of the layers and the track so that I can have more space to see things easily. You can see where everything is big, it looks hard to see things fast, right? To navigate the screen, it takes more screen space. But when I just start turning all of them short, I will have more screen space. So this helps when you have a project that has a lot of layers. This is very, very, very helpful. Even this project does not even have like too many layers like that. You see some of the projects I'll be editing. So the project you actually do, we have so many layers that you will have no other option than to use this track height feature because it helps you a lot to save that time, So it's a very, 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 very helpful feature and you should use it, right? All right, so we are going into basically some little editing right now. I'm going to be showing you the major features we'll be needing in like 90% of all our videos. Like these are the particular things. There are many other things to learn here, but in the course of editing, doing more videos, you get to understand and come across most of these things, right? So let's just focus on like the important ones that we need very much to do our editing like 99% of the time. So we're going to be doing like masking. Another thing we need is what's it called? I think compound clips, right? Or keyframe editing rather. So let's just do keyframe editing. So that's adding keyframes, animation and stuff like that. Then we're also going to be needing animation curves, right? We're going to learn how to use animation curves. That's very, very important to smooth animations. Then the last thing we're going to be doing is what's it called? Um compound clips. Yeah, compound clips. I think that's what I'm trying to remember. The last thing I'm gonna be doing is compound clips. So yeah, let me just write that. Compound clips. So these are like four major things that we're going to be using 99% of the time. In fact, not even 99% of the time. You're going to use them in all your projects and they are very, very important. So let's get started with them. All right, so I just added this white stuff here to just show you a sample of how some of these things work. So I think we should start with masking. So let me add this bulb icon. Let me just resize it to fit it. So for example, let's say I want to make this square shape now. I want to make it like um a circle or something. Let's say I want to make this square shape a circle. This is a simple way to do it. It's very, very easy. Click on it, go to mask. Here you can see mask. Then it's going to load. You select add mask, you select circle, then you resize it, increase the size to what you want, right? So remove those edges, make sure those black edges are not there, make sure it's correct. So reduce it. You can always increase the size in the basic section. So you can see what we have here. Then that's what we have here. If you delete it, it's back to the square. If you add it back, you can have the circle. And this is how we create those icons. Then I can select the tool, press Alt G to make it a compound clip. Now it is one. So to make compound clip, all you need to do is press Alt and G on your keyboard. So Alt plus G, right? And that's it. So you can see it is now one. We can move it as one element now. We can move it as one layer now. They are no more separate. All right. So that's how we do it. You can undo it by just clicking undo here, and it's going to separate them back to their individual cells. So that's how to make something a compound clip. So let's do another mask for this one. Let's select on that shape. So I can do rectangle because I want to give it some curved edges. So I will now go to rounded corners and select it to like 20. So you're going to see that the edges of the shape are curved now. Let's see it. Look at it. You can see it is curved edges now. So I can make it a compound clip again so that it is one element that I can move at the same time. All right, so basically that's how we create most of these icons that you see on our videos and everything. We select the shape and everything. So let's select another mask. So you can see this is split. We don't need it for this kind of, this is film strip. We are going to use this kind of mask in other projects, this star. So all these masks have their uses, mostly the ones at the top. We're going to be using those ones a lot, right? In most of our projects, we're using those ones a lot. So let's just get into something else, right? Let's do another, what's it called? Another style of masking. So let me show you how to mask clips and everything. You can mask anything, clips, you can mask anything, picture, video in CapCut. Anything that is clips or this in CapCut or CapCut, you can mask it. So let's say, what should we do now? I want to do a test example with video so that I can see how we can do this. So let me try to add a mask to this right now. Let me hide this other one. So when you click on that eye, it's going to hide a layer. So I only see the other two, right? So let me click on mask, right? No, let me change it. Let this one be the background. I want to mask my own video, that video of me talking instead. So I'm going to turn on the mask, set it to rectangle and increase it, position it how I want it, take it up so that my head is showing properly, right? I'll just move it up to what I want. Then I go to rounded corners, 20. 20 is what I mostly use. Then I have that and go back to basic, then move it to where I want, right? So click on it, go to basic, move it down, increase or decrease the size, move it to where I want it to be on the screen. So you see, this is how those people do those videos that you see them, that something's playing on the background and their own videos at the corner. So I can do this as circle if I want to, but that's basically how it's done. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. You can see it. So that's exactly how it is done, right? That's exactly how it is done. So let's try text. You can also mask something. Let's say you want to mask a text a text. This is how you can do it because CapCut only recognizes clips to turn them into mask. So you can select your text. If you want to mask a text, you can select your text, then you turn it into a clip, compound clip, so that you can mask it, because CapCut can only recognize things that are clips to mask them. So you just click on it, resize it. I'm just showing you in the case that maybe you want to mask your text, but we're not necessarily going to be doing that most times. So turn it into a compound clip or G. Then you can see I have the mask option now. So add mask and do whatever I want, something like that. So might not necessarily use that very well, but that's just how to do it. So for something that is not a clip, just turn it into a compound clip. Then we also have this text mask here. This one is vital for one kind of animation like that. I think maybe in other videos, I'll show you how to use that text mask very properly. But for now, we don't need it. So that's just how this one works. Let me remove that mask. Undo the compound clip, turn it to text back. So that's exactly how that works. That's exactly how masking works. It's very easy. It's not even difficult. So now let's get into, we've done masking, we've done compound clips, how to turn something into a compound clip, Alt G. The next thing we are going to do is actually keyframe. So you can actually compound clip more than 2 layers. You can compound clip many layers. So let's talk about keyframes and animation cores, which are very important. So keyframe basically is like let's just make this one, so that is one stuff that we have to move around. So keyframe is basically the position of something from point A to point B, right? Keyframe is the position of something from point A to point B. Let me add, so if you leave your main track magnet blank, it is going to be like a black normally. So I just want to leave it black. I don't want to add anything. I can add black background if I want, but there's no need. Let's just leave it blank. It's going to be automatically black. So keyframes, like I said, are positions from point A to point B. One position is set an animation from one point to another point, right? So let's say, for example, scale. I want to go from small to big. I will go select a keyframe at one point. Then I will go forward, right? Go forward to where I want it to get big to. Then I will select increase the size, and on that keyframe will be added automatically. You can see it here because I've added a point A and a point B, right? So you can see this from here to here now. Watch what will happen. So watch this. You can see it has grown in size because I said, okay, start from this place with this size and grow to this size at this particular place. That's exactly how keyframes work. It's as easy as that. That's the basic logic. So let me remove that one. Let's do for position. For position, remember I told you that X is left and right movement, Y is up and down movement. So let's do which one should we do first? Let's do X movement, right? Let's do a movement of X. Let's say I want to move it left and right. So I'll select where I want it to start from and select the second one and put it where I want it to end. So I want it to go out of the screen. You'll see what will happen now. You can see that that's exactly what it does. That's exactly position A to B. That is how keyframes work. So let's do for Y. Select it again. Go to where I want it to end. The end point, select on that and then put it where I want it. So you can see what will happen now. And it is as easy as that. Very, very simple. Nothing complex about it. That's exactly how keyframes work. That's the basic logic, right? You can do the same thing for opacity, which is transparency. You can do it from being 100% to 0%, 20, whatever you want. So that's basically how keyframes work. Setting something from one point to the other point and telling CapCut what you want the keyframe to do, what you want that particular element to do. That's exactly how keyframes work. There is no long story about it, right? So that's just that. Let me do something to show you how animation curves work, because that's very, very, very important. Let me show you how animation curves work, right? So I'll just click on duplicate this one, click Ctrl C, then Ctrl V to duplicate it. Very, very simple. Ctrl C and Ctrl V to duplicate it, right? I want to show you the difference between normal and animation curve. All right, so as you can see, I've set a keyframe for X position to move from outside the screen to inside the screen, from left to right. So let me put animation curves in one of the particular icons. So you see the difference it will make from not having animation curves. So just click on Alt K to do animation curves, to see your animation curve setting. Click on Alt K on your keyboard, and it's going to open this thing for you so that you can see exactly, or you can come here and choose variable speed animation. You can see the shortcut is showing Alt K there too, the same thing. So this is exactly how to do it. Let's just zoom that out. Then the animation keys are added are X position. That's why you can see X. Y is empty, so there's nothing there. You can see X now has a straight line like this going up because it's going from outside to inside. So that's what we are going to put animation curves to right now. So this is how to make it smooth, get smooth animation. Highlight that keyframe, the last one. Click on preset curves and select cubic out. You can see the difference. Look at the two now. They have the same keyframe, but look at the difference in the speed. Look at the difference in the animation. One is ordinary, the other one has animation curve, which makes it smoother and buttery. It gives you that buttery, smooth animation. You can see it. One is just ordinary. One has no soul, no life. The other one has life. It has animation to it. That's exactly what animation curves do. You can see the same animation keys, but you can see the difference now. So you can select that again and just select something like, no, not cubic keys. Let's use easing. You can use easing for this. So you can see the difference. One has nothing, no animation curve. The other one has. You can see the difference in the same icons, same animations, same animation keys and everything. So that's exactly how it works. So we've done masking, keyframes, animation curves, compound clips, and basically these are like the major things you really need to know in editing. Okay, so there are many more features. You can see the difference basically in the animations. So there are many more features in CapCut here, but like I said, these are the most important ones that you will really, really need at this stage. Like these are the foundation, the most important things you need to know. All of that things may come later, but many of the things I didn't show are not really that necessary yet, or they are just super easy. So these are the major things. So I have good news, and that's basically that my CapCut PC course is launching soon, right? My CapCut PC course is launching very, very soon. This is the first of its kind. This is the first CapCut PC course I'll be launching, and the details will be out in like a day or two. Real practical stuff, no fluff. We're going to be doing real practical stuff. You can see like a lot of things are listed out that I'm going to be teaching there. Real practical stuff, like I said. And this is the biggest course I've ever launched in my whole video editing career. It is going to be loaded, packed with a lot of stuff. So you can see cinematic edits, motivational edits, what's it called? Talking head edits, 3D camera edits, YouTube videos, podcast videos, secrets editing tricks, motion design. Yes, I'm going to be teaching you how to do motion design in this course very well, how I do it using CapCut, right? So also video adverts, that one is contemplating, but maybe I'll add it. Then explainer videos. So these are just a few of the things there, right? You see these videos you see me posting on Instagram and TikTok like this. This is a YouTube kind of video. The good thing about this training is that I'm not just going to be teaching you how to edit. I'm going to be editing these particular videos from scratch, right? I'm going to edit these videos from scratch. So you see exactly how I'm doing it and you follow me with the tutorial. You do it exactly yourself and you're going to get good at editing very fast because you are watching me do exactly what you are seeing on the screen. These things you are seeing here, I'm going to be doing it too in your front from scratch till the end. All these videos, I'm going to teach you exactly how I edited them on CapCut PC, right? If I'm not going to use some of these exact ones, I will still get the ones that I'm going to use, but I'm going to teach you how to edit it from scratch. I'm going to be editing the tutorial is going to contain, what is going to be in the tutorial is me editing this thing from scratch to wherever the level it is right now. So you see the whole process involved and you just follow it and you get good at it. You can see this motion design in CapCut. I'm going to show you how I did it from scratch till the end. You can see this other one on that motion video here. Everything, I'm going to be showing you the whole process behind how exactly I did everything. And that is going to be like so amazing. This is cinematic edit. I'm going to show you everything, all this stuff. So you don't need to worry about like how are you going to do it or anything. I'm just going to show you how it works, right? I'm going to show you how exactly it works, right? And that's like a big plus and advantage. It's not YouTube stuff I'm going to be showing you. Most of the stuff I'm going to teach you are not even on YouTube, especially motion design. You can go and search for motion design or CapCut on YouTube. You will not see anything like that, like this real motion design. I'm going to teach you After Effects knowledge, so you're not going to see that on YouTube. So I'm going to be opening pre-order for about 20 to 50%, right? 20 to 50%. I'll open a pre-order for the trading for like 20 to 50% for just 20 to 30K. Now, for those of you that already know my other course, which is my smartphone video editing course, you know that that course sells for 20,000 naira. There was a time I even sold it for 30K. So you can imagine a smartphone course selling at 20K, and I'm still giving you the opportunity to get this CAPCUT PC training, which is 20 times, if 100 times better than that, to pre-order it for just 20K or 30K. I've not decided the amount. I wanted to put this at 50K for pre-order, but I said no, let me put the pre-order fee at something more affordable. Then I would set, when we have finally launched it, it will be at like 40K or 50K. So pre-order for 20 to 30% or 50%, we get it for like 20 to 30K. I will put all the information on the group. All the information about this will be dropped in the group, right? You'll be the first to know about these things. All the information will be dropped in the group, so you don't have to worry about that. But just know that pre-order will be for like 20 to 50% at 20 to 30K. Either one of them, I'll decide and let you guys know. So you need to watch out for this, because this is not a CAPCUT training you will see anywhere else in this Nigeria, probably even in Africa. This is like real stuff, me showing you how I did these things from scratch in the tutorials, and you'll be able to do it exactly like me. So you're not going to struggle trying to imagine how it is done. No, I'm going to edit it from scratch for you to use it. So like this video, share it, subscribe it, comment what you learned, and I really hope to see you in the next video. And I hope to drop, I'll see you also get the pre-order when it launches, because this is not something you want to miss. So I'll see you